Backboard tennis is fun. Whether you're just learning the game or practicing to be your best, you can master all the shots with backboard tennis.
Hi, I'm Ron Woods, Director of Youth Tennis. In this video, we'll show you some racket and ball handling skills, drills and games you can do against the backboard, and ways to practice your serve to improve your whole tennis game. Let's start with backboard basics.
You can get started with a wall, a ball, your racket, and a little imagination.
Fifth set tiebreaker. Sampras versus Agassi. Sampras prepares a serve. Agassi rips a return. Sampras runs it down. Wow, what a backhand! Sampras cross court. Agassi down the line. The crowd goes wild. Hey, this is unbelievable. The ball boy won't give Sampras the ball.
Tennis, get in the game.
To make any wall or backboard a good practice wall, you need to know the parameters of a tennis court. To simulate the net line, mark a horizontal line 3.5 feet high across the wall or board with sidewalk chalk or tape. You can make a service court line by marking a parallel line 21 feet away from the backboard or wall. For the baseline, mark a parallel line 39 feet away from the backboard or wall.
Hello, I'm Dennis Vandermeer, and this is my favorite practice partner, is the backboard. The backboard is the greatest practice partner you'll ever have because it never misses the ball. But don't abuse it. If you hit the ball too hard, you'll develop bad habits. Look, I hit the ball too hard, the ball comes back too fast, and now I play this digger out kind of a shot, you see, and it's a bad habit to get into. Rather than that, learn to control the ball. Keep the ball in front of you. Abbreviate the swing, keep a tiny little, no backswing at all, just block the ball. Watch my feet. The minute I stand like this, I can't play. Lot of footwork. Just tap, tap. Backhand. Grip change, tap, tap. Now the volleys. Volleys. Here's a picture example of good volleys. Quick movements up and down the court. Up and down the court. I'm playing the net. I'm playing poaching now. Now, how do you learn to do that? You start off very easy. Racket high in the sky. Bump the ball. Gradually come down. There you have it. Backhand. Start high in the sky, bump the ball. Then you can go round in a circle. Forehand in the middle, then backhand forehand. Then increase the speed. And grab faster and faster. Faster and faster. High speed. Quick reactions. Have volleys. Quick reactions. Now, you must have super touch too as a tennis player. Do it gently. This is an example of touch. Lightly, lightly. That's a touch shot. Now, this is just a few drills. We're going to show you many more drills you can do to improve your game using a backboard.
The target volleys drill helps you improve accuracy and speed of your volleys. With chalk or removable tape, mark a 3-foot target on the backboard. The bottom edge of the target should be 5 feet from the ground. Begin by standing approximately 10 feet from the backboard. Hit consecutive volleys at the target. Keep a record of the number of your consecutive on-target shots and try to improve this number. To make this drill more difficult, hit the ball on the move. Around the World is another volley drill that works on footwork and quickness. With chalk or tape, draw 2 vertical lines 4 to 8 feet apart on the backboard. From a distance of 5 to 8 feet away from the backboard, between the 2 lines, a player volleys a moderately paced ball that lands above the net height and between the 2 vertical lines on the backboard. The player goes to the end of the line. The next player in line plays the same ball with the forehand or backhand volley. making it land between the designated lines. This player then goes to the end of the line. This sequence is repeated with all of the players until a ball lands outside of the designated line area. The player who hit this ball is awarded 1 point. When one rally ends, the next player volleys the ball and a new rally begins. When a player accumulates 3 points, he or she is out of the game. The last player remaining in the game wins.
Hi, I'm Rodney Harmon. Once you get the hang of volleys, move further back to work on your ground strokes. Let the ball bounce twice before hitting it. This will give you more time to set up and get ready. When you feel comfortable with the forehand, hit some backhands. Again, letting the ball bounce twice. Finally, alternate forehand, backhand, forehand, backhand, taking your time to execute good strokes. Then move closer to the wall, taking the ball on the first bounce. Here are some drills you can do with a wall to improve your ground strokes.
The purpose of this drill is to develop a variety of swing speeds and swing length within a particular rally based on proximity to the net. The player starts at the baseline. She bounce feeds the ball to the backboard from the baseline. Keeping the same ball in play to either the forehand or backhand side, the player moves a couple of steps closer to the backboard with each shot. Once she is close enough to the backboard to volley, the player then gradually begins to move back toward the baseline. As she moves closer to the backboard, swing speed and swing length decrease. As she moves further from the backboard, swing speed and swing length increase. Hitting at 2 targets improves accuracy of your ground stroke. Using chalk or removable tape, make 2 targets. Each should be 1 foot square and 6 to 10 feet apart on the backboard. Use both forehands and backhands. Alternate hitting the ball to one target, then to the other. Try for 10 out of 25 shots. The purpose of this drill is to practice consistency and depth. With white chalk or tape, make a line 3 feet above the net line. Then, using both topspin forehand and backhand ground strokes, try to clear the white line consistently. This drill can be done individually or with 2 players.
Two down the line and 1 cross court.
The purpose of wall horse is to learn to select shots and target areas and develop a predetermined pattern to play points. Play horse with 2 or more players. First, mark the wall with 2 boxes above the line.
Now let's try 3 down the line and 1 cross court. All right.
The first player calls out a pattern of strokes and the boxes the ball must hit. The number of strokes is based on skill level. If the player accomplishes the pattern without an error, then everyone else in the game must accomplish it or they get a letter. If the person who calls out the pattern doesn't make it without an error, then the next person in line gets to call out a pattern.
down the line in the box.
When a player receives enough letters to spell horse, he or she is out of the game. The last remaining player wins. The purpose of one up, one back is to develop consistency and timing with volleys and ground strokes, while accurately placing the ball to a partner. One player stands 15 to 20 feet away from the backboard, and his or her partner stands 5 to 10 feet to the side, and 30 to 35 feet away from the backboard. The player in front volleys the ball to the backboard, making it ricochet to the player in back. The player in back hits a ground stroke against the backboard, making it ricochet to the player in front. The two players keep the same ball in play as long as possible.
Hi, I'm Kathy Woods. Backboards are a great practice partner for the serve because the ball always comes back to you. I'm going to show you some ways using a rebound net that you can practice your serve. Starting with an abbreviated swing for beginning players, you can have players serve towards the net. The ball will come back to them. You can use a full serve for more advanced players. String a target in the middle of the rebound net and practice your placement of serves. Later in this video, I'll show you some additional ways to practice your serve on the court.
The backboard is an incredibly versatile opponent. Every shot can be played against the backboard. I'm going to show Daniel, Lauren. There's also Lauren, but we call her Loretto because she's smaller. I'm going to show you how you're going to learn to play a smash against the backboard. Look what I do. I take the ball, I smack it in the ground. Now the ball goes high, and there's a smash. I can either do the Pete Sampras smash, where I kind of jump straight up in the sky like a spike. That's a spike shot. Or I can do the one where I turn around, dig in, jump, and do a jumping over it. You guys are going to do it now. Come, let me quickly show you what I'll do. I'll start off, and I'll feed the ball for you. Put your racket behind your head, left hand up in the sky, or you get ready in the meanwhile. Get ready in the meanwhile, racket up behind your back. And now all you're going to do is play a smash from my ball. Go. Good. Now go and get yourself 2 more balls quickly. And in the ground, jump. Now get yourself 2 more balls quickly. Left hand up in the sky, and it's in the ground, and do a smash. Yes, next player come. In the ground, in the ground, right? Now I do it for you. Right, now do it yourself, everybody. Pop it in the ground, and that's it. It's more difficult, but try it in the ground. Jump, jump, jump. Yes, beautiful, Lauren. Jump and kill it. You guys can do it. That was fabulous. You can learn anything if you learn how to use a backboard. The most versatile opponent you'll ever have.
The purpose of pop-up is to practice effective execution and retrieval of a lob volley in a point situation. 2 players stand 6 to 10 feet apart, 10 to 15 feet away from the backboard. Players hit moderately paced volleys back and forth to each other. Once the ball has been in play for 3 consecutive volleys, each player has the option of hitting another volley or hitting a lob volley, which makes contact at a higher point on the backboard and rebounds over the opponent's head to an area inside the court. The lob retriever has the option of answering the lob with an overhead smash or running the ball down, taking it off the bounce and playing the shot with a ground stroke. In either case, after retrieving the lob, he should return immediately to his original position and continue playing the point. A point is over when a ball lands outside the court. The first player to earn 15 points wins.
This routine provides an excellent pre-match warm-up involving all of the major strokes. Execute each step as smoothly and rhythmically as possible for 1 minute.
From a distance of 30 to 40 feet from the backboard, hit a series of forehand drives, keeping 1 ball in play if possible, and hitting each ball off 1 bounce. Repeat with backhand drives. Then alternate forehand and backhand drives. From a distance of 5 to 10 feet from the backboard, hit a series of forehand volleys, keeping 1 ball in play if possible, and hitting each ball in the air. Repeat with backhand volleys. Then alternate forehand and backhand volleys. From a distance of 15 to 25 feet from the backboard, hit a series of overhead smashes by smashing a ball down to the ground directly in front of the backboard and causing it to ricochet up into the backboard to rebound as a lob. Keep one ball in play if possible and hit each ball as an overhead smash. Hit a series of half-speed serves from the service court line, alternating each serve to ricochet to your backhand side, then to your forehand side. Stop the ball after each serve. Move back to three-quarter court and continue serving. Finally, move to the baseline and hit full serves. The purpose of the box drill also allows you to practice every major stroke in one rally situation. Start at the baseline and serve the ball in a straight line so that it rebounds toward you. Hit an approach shot off the bounce. Hit a volley in the air. Hit a lob volley off the backboard. And finish with an overhead smash. Groups can easily work together with backboards. The following drill is an example of a team relay designed for the backboard. The purpose of Team Hot Peppers is to get a cardiovascular workout and develop footwork and strength. Two teams form two single-file lines, each on their side of the backboard court. The player at the front of the line hits a ball and rotates to the end of the line. The next person keeps the same ball in play and rotates to the back of the line, and so on. At the end of 1 minute, the team that has kept the ball in play the most wins.
Hi, I'm Kirk Anderson. I'd like to show you some ways that you can use your racket and ball to develop some racket handling skills. You don't need a tennis court, you just need your driveway or a sidewalk, and then you can do a variety of these racket handling skills. Let's start with a ball dribble. Just by using the hand, you can keep the ball going, get a little feel for the ball, and create some eye-hand coordination using both right hand and left hand. To make it more challenging, you can use a spot or a circle or alternating hands. And then you can do something similar by using your racket, starting at waist level height, trying to keep the ball in one spot. As you're dribbling, concentrate on keeping the ball in the center of the racket by watching the seams of the ball, watching for the trademark, and watching the shadow or the fuzz on the ball. You can make it more difficult by keeping the ball higher at shoulder level height and lower, about a foot off the ground. You can even do it with more of a challenge by keeping the ball lower yet by kneeling and sitting. Also, by bouncing, you can keep the ball going down using only the edge of the racket. And yet another variation, you can keep it going down and hop on one foot. Or by balancing on one foot. To add a little more challenge, you could choke up on the racket and do some figure eights around the legs. And while those knees are bent, you can put the ball or the racket between the legs and keep the ball bouncing up. And even put the racket around the body and keep the ball bouncing up. Some variations of keeping the ball going up. We can start with tapping the ball up 3 to 3.5 feet high, the height of the net, and letting the ball bounce on the court, or keeping the ball in the air. We can add some variation to the ball bouncing up by changing sides of the racket. Trying to keep the ball about a foot above the strings, and again, right in the center of the racket. We can make this more difficult by adding an up on the edge of the racket in between the hits. Or by keeping the ball up and adding a little spin. Some other variations would be to develop some soft hands by tossing the ball up in the air and catching the ball, not letting the ball bounce on the strings or rolling on the strings. And then one more, trying to keep the ball on the same side of the racket while you rotate the racket from one side all the way over to the other side. These drills are not only fun, they're a great way to warm up as well.
Now we're going to look at some ways to practice your serve on the court. We're going to start with a consistency drill that I find particularly helpful to slowing down players and getting them to think about their technique and their consistency. Greg and Shelley, I'd like you to start from the service line, just removing all of your body elements and thinking about your technique and your form. You'll do 3 from the service line. If you accomplish that, I'd like you to do 3 from 3/4 of the way back, like so, and then finally all the way back at the baseline. Slowing down all your motions, just reaching up to the ball. Let's try it from the service line. Nice and slow, just your arm reaching up, that's it. 3 in a row. If you get that, back to the service line. Good reach, Shelley. Extend your arm all the way up. That's it. Ready to move back, Greg?
Yep.
Ready, Shelley? Shelley and Greg, we're going to spend some time now working on the accuracy of your serves using the air target that's strung above the court instead of looking at the target that's on the court. So I'd like you to try it. By standing in your normal service spot, a little bit for doubles, see if you can hit the air target that's in front of you to go towards the inside of the service box. Instead of looking at the target on the court, it is a great reference point for you to look at the arc over the net. Let's try it. Greg, shall I do 3 serves each and then switch to the other side? That's it. You're using the space above the net as your reference point for that inside serve. Very nice. Yes. This is another way to practice accuracy on your serve. And think about controlling the direction. Very nice. A good way to practice the depth and power on your serve is to serve and watch the second bounce of your serve. We have a power line strung out, and Greg and Shelley, I'd like you to look at the second bounce. You'll serve into the box, and then check the bounce and see if it goes past that power line. Try it. If you're serving really hard, you may even hit the back fence. One, two, both of you over the line. Perfect. Greg and Shelley, here's a fun way to practice adding a little pressure to your serve. Just imagine that you're in the final set in an important match and you just have to get 4 serves in to be effective. This is a drill that will help you practice for that situation. What I'd like you to do is serve one serve to the outside of the court, like that, the outside of the box, and then your second serve towards the inside. And then I'm going to have you move over and do the same thing from the other side, outside and then inside. Let's try it. Greg, would you try it first? We're looking for you to make 4 consecutive serves. We'll give you that. It's on the line, you get it. And inside. Good. Now I'd like you to move over to the right side and do the same thing, outside and then inside. Got it. You got one more left. This is the big one. This is for the match. Just out, but almost. Well done, Shelley. Try it. It's tough to get all 4, but it's a fun way to practice serving with adding a little bit of pressure. Outside, you got it. Two for 2. As you can see, this is a difficult exercise even for very experienced players. What you want to see is where you break down in this drill, and then you can go back and practice that. Oh, almost. You almost got it.
Forehands, backhands, volleys, serves, overhead smashes. They're all fun and easy to perform with a backboard. Backboard tennis is a great way to get in the game.
In this video, we've shown you a lot of fun drills and activities you can do using a practice partner or against a backboard. A backboard or a wall can be a great practice partner. So practice your skills and have fun playing tennis.
Next partner, take the ball over. Next partner, take the ball over. Cover it, go. Next player, go quickly. Next player, go. It's okay, anybody can make a mistake. Next player, go. And go. Next player, go. And go. That's it. Okay, next player, go. With grace, footwork and movement. Next player, go. Quickly, go. Go. Right, go. That's it. Here I go. It's okay. I don't mind killing myself with this. Go. Get going. Go. Keep going. Keep going. That's it. Here we go. All right, go faster. Quickly, Saber, quickly help him. Play the ball. Next play, keep it alive. Keep it going. Run like the devil. Run as fast as your body will go. Very good.